everyone be quiet. Whilst we listen...
Check the mic and make sure...
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you this important message.
Hello, everybody.
Biggest panda I've ever seen. Look at that now.
There's money on it.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Sunday. We're joined by Adam.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
I got double Adams.
That's right.
Yeah,
Two
that's
Adams
a good problem to have, sir.
That's right.
I mean, I guess.
I really appreciate y'all inviting me to be on, guys.
Yeah, we love having you on. Last time we had you on, we came across some really great food recommendations from you, so we're hoping for more this time.
Yes.
The smoky bone smoked wings that were my obsession for a solid 3 or 4 months.
Oh yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I think I've got a new recommendation whenever we get to that point in the conversation, so I'm ready for it.
They were really good. We're gonna. Though the reason we asked you, the reason we asked you to come on is because Adam is promoting something that's pretty awesome, and we're gonna talk about a little later in the show. So, yeah, so rare guest appearance. We normally only do them like every 6 months or so, but this is a really cool thing. So we'll chat about it a little earlier. But first, we'll say hello to some people. In a Box in a Garage snuck in an hour early and said howdy.
I like your new Bitmoji there in a box. That's cute.
In a box. Yeah.
That's dedication. An hour early.
It is. Yeah, an hour early. And he's on the West Coast too, so like it's 5:30. So,
good job.
What's up, Boldly Grow? Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Ping's here. Hi, Ping. Junk Monkey, what's happening, Junk Monkey? Everybody, the early crew's here. That's what the early crew's here and waiting. The Adam Sandwich, that's right.
Boldly Grow, you almost got me on that. I thought you had said Baldy Grow. I was like, a new hair picture or something another.
Somebody else. Jeffrey, Jamestown baseball commissioner. What's happening? And Di's here. Hello. What's happening? You're welcome. Some Levi's help. That's what I was. Oh. Yeah. It's like 2 really cool pair of Levi's from the early 90s. And one early 90s, one early 80s. So pretty cool.
Yeah. That's one thing I've yet to find and come across is vintage Levi's with a big E.
Yeah.
I found some with made in the USA, but none with the big E.
Those are worth grabbing if they're cheap enough. If they're made in the USA.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. About $5.50-ish, $6 is my typical price here at Goodwill.
Yeah.
But I do.
They I mean, they'll sell. When I looked it up today, I didn't realize that they stopped. I figured they stopped making them in the USA like sometime in the 90s. But that's not true. The last Levi's plant closed in El Paso in like 2003 or something like that. I'm like, really?
I didn't realize that either.
I would bet they didn't sell them here though. I bet they sold them somewhere else. That would be my guess, because I don't ever remember seeing like a newer pair of Levi's with made in the USA on it.
So made in El Paso but sold somewhere else?
That's my guess. Yeah.
International.
Yeah. I'm guessing they had it like, there was some focus group somewhere that was like, hey, these sell really good in Europe if they say made in the USA on it, so we're keeping this factory open or something like that.
That makes sense, though. It sounds like a good marketing ploy.
Yeah, and then eventually, they closed it there, so no Levi's are made in the USA at all.
Big E, or do y'all have a like a reseller bucket list or something like that? Do y'all keep up with Levi's with a big E is on my reseller bucket list. So.
Yeah.
I don't really think I really have a reseller bucket list.
Yeah.
I think I'm too like specialized, you know what I mean, to like care.
Yeah, but I'm sure if you saw that one thing in the store you came across, that you were like, oh, I've never seen one of these before. I heard they're awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah.
You couldn't help yourself.
The Cabbage Patch roller coaster thing.
Yeah, I love that thing. I haven't seen one for a while.
She'd go crazy.
They had
if
one
she
on
saw it.
Shop Goodwill for a while. They had one a while ago, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
That is, you can't get anything off there to flip, I don't think. I'd be very surprised.
Oh, I do constantly.
Really?
Yep, but that's where I get the
Good for
majority
you.
of my dolls. But I buy them completely wrecked, so they're so cheap.
Okay.
But I do a ton of work to them. So
You're right though. If it's something like Jordan's Nintendo game,
oh yeah, anything like
something-
that you're not getting for a deal.
Yeah.
that's collectible. Yeah, you're not. They're gonna.
That's what
run
I'd be
that
going
aggressively.
after. Electronics or video games. Stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, the video games, forget it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
else? Is on your
everything.
wi- Go
Well,
ahead.
I was gonna say everything in Columbus, where I'm at, Columbus, Georgia. They don't do any video game equipment at all, except for maybe accessories in the store. Like probably 95% of video game stuff goes to shopgoodwill.com. So that slowed down at least probably mid 2020 when you just quit seeing it in the store at all.
Well, did you see?
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow Carrie American Arbitrage.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, you probably do. He went. They did that like cross country thrifting trip or whatever. And did you see the one where Goodwill has their own video game stores now in a few cities? And he was at one.
I saw one where they had it in Charlotte, North Carolina, called the Grid.
Yeah.
That
just
was
wondering-
crazy nuts, man.
And the prices were ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't flippable at all. It was just
No.
it was pre-owned prices from an online source, and
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what I want to sit down. I've been saying this for years, but I'm never going to really do it. I do a live show on Wednesdays, and I want to get a Goodwill manager, store manager on my show. And I'm not going to do it, one, because then they'll possibly ban me from their stores from the questions I want to ask them.
Yeah.
And then two, they probably would never agree to do it anyway. So
Yeah.
but
It
I've
would
got
be a
so
total-
many questions for them. And
Yeah.
one of them being is, what is your strategy here? Like, are you really seeing financial profits due to this, or more things staying there longer? I mean, like, I just got so many questions.
No,
for
see
them.
here, you should be looking for a former manager.
Yeah, okay,
Somebody
I
who's
got
not
you.
committed to the
Yeah.
company anymore.
Yeah, that's a good
true.
point. That's a good point.
Because
Yeah.
they might not have a problem talking about it, because I feel like an actual manager of Goodwill would never want to talk to a reseller, but
Right.
like a former one probably be like, yeah, I'll talk to you. Like, that would be awesome.
Well, before they started hiking up all the prices, I did listen to a podcast one time where these two ladies did interview, I think it was in Illinois near Chicago or something like that. They did interview a store manager from a Goodwill, and it was an existing, but it was before all of the current price hikes,
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see a refresh on something like that.
Yeah.
This was, Ed says, pull a Rally Roots and talk to the GM of the Florida division.
Yeah, didn't they interview him on like a podcast or
They might have.
something?
I don't know.
I think they did, and I want to say I might have listened to part of it, but
Okay.
I don't know.
I wonder if I would like to listen to it just to see what they have to say in it. But
I'm pretty
Did
sure
you-
they did. Yeah.
to Adam,
you
to
hear
your
the interview?
point, no, I didn't hear it. Mm-mm.
No, I meant Ed. Ed, did you hear I'm curious if I'm curious if it was like a fluff interview, or did they actually ask him some
Yeah.
like hard questions? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. You said too much.
No, that's what I was going to say. It's like, I'm just
All right.
curious as to, was it just a easy breezy conversation, or was it tough?
Yeah.
Like, so.
A lot of smoke being blown. Oh yeah, it's such a great job. That's awesome. Or what was it?
Mhm.
Did they actually ask? I don't know. I mean, I feel like those two guys. I feel like if you're a reseller, you'd have to do that. Like, you can't just be like, "Oh yeah, we love your store. Thanks so much." Like, I'd say 90% of. I mean, there are a few resellers that have like decent Goodwills in their areas where they're reasonably priced. Rosie, she might not be here, but like her Goodwill is amazing. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
almost like. It's almost like they don't care. They're just like, get it out, which is what I feel like they should all do. Is
Exactly.
It's like, it's free. Yeah, we get this for free. Yeah, okay, there is some overhead because you have employees and you have stocking, you have stuff like that. So sure, I understand that. But the majority of it is like, get it the hell out of here. Like it
Yes.
doesn't need to be in this
The
store.
faster you move it, the better it is for your whole process.
And it's
a
not like that
cycle
business
it as
plan.
fast as you can.
Yeah. And it's not like that business plan hasn't been tested and works perfectly. That's almost exactly how Walmart runs their business.
Yes, it is.
It's like, get the stuff in here, sell it as cheap as humanly possible, get it the hell out of here as fast as possible so we can just keep accumulating money. And they're $1 billion company and one of the biggest companies in the world. Like, it works.
Yes,
So-
it absolutely
yeah.
works.
They did interview the senior vice president of Goodwill in July. And it's on their YouTube channel, and it's actually really nice because they have all the questions they asked and all the timestamps. So you could just fast forward to like, they have fake Goodwill employment ads. Does Goodwill like resellers? Wouldn't it be better to lower prices? Do you pay people with disabilities less? Things like that, like a whole slew of questions.
Ed says here at the bottom of his interesting information, but of course they can't talk about certain things.
Yeah.
So even if it was a former manager, I wonder if they got an NDA or something like that they couldn't.
Yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, Junk Monkey said I bet they have to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
And Ping Solid as well. Junk Monkey says fluff.
Man, I'm telling you, it would be awesome if you could put them in like dark lighting and voice change software, and you know what I'm saying? Like, give us the juicy stuff. You know,
like the forensic files interviews where they're like,
yes, maybe even put them in a mask, like one of those creepy masks, like from V for Vendetta or something.
Yes.
Goodwill made me raise the prices.
Yeah. But I think it would be an awesome interview.
It would be fun. Yeah. Thank you. Today is my birthday.
Yeah.
Whose birthday?
Adams.
Happy birthday, boy.
Didn't I told you that, didn't I? I think I told you.
Yeah.
I thought I told you. I didn't want to deter from why we're here, but yeah, no, today is my birthday. We went I got to talk about this because this never happens to me. We went to the a local casino last night. We stayed overnight at it. It's only 25 minutes down the road or something like that. I left there with $1,000 more than I brought.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never win ever. I'm normally the guy at the end of the day sitting there while people are still playing. Like,
Yes.
It's your birthday luck. That's what it was.
I know. We were like so shocked and excited when we left. I could not believe he won. Like hit twice for 300 and once for like 4 something.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
And so I avoided taxes because I didn't do it all in one shot. Because if you hit over $1,200, they make you pay taxes.
Immediately.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to the casino. I don't know the rules. I need to know. I'll ask you before I ever go. But
yeah.
I don't like casinos. I'm scared of casinos. And I know. Well, it's just the whole. I don't know if I would be able to stop. You know,
just take $100 and leave. Now they do have ATMs there. Just don't use them. Don't bring your ATM card or anything.
No, but there is a reason not to use their ATMs because they got, and this is another business plan that's
it's like crazy.
The ones in Vegas, it's like a $24 fee or something.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, but and that's a flawed business plan as well. Because people are going to go somewhere else to get their money out. Like, why wouldn't you just make a couple bucks and move on?
Yeah, sure.
But, the general manager on a reseller live would get roasted for sure. Without a doubt.
Howdy.
What's up, Scott? Thanks for coming in. Katie says, I asked a Goodwill employee since they think it's ridiculous too. A couple years ago in the greater Chesapeake in Maryland, had folks come on that were tired of resellers coming in. Interesting.
But my question is, why would they care?
Exactly.
I've seen a few people take pictures of signs where it's like, you know, if we think you're a reseller, we're going to ask you to leave or something like that. And then I've also seen the latter. I've seen like signs where it's like, you know, resellers were your inventory, come and buy stuff and this, that, and the other thing. And so I've seen both sides of the coin, but it doesn't make any sense at all.
Why do resellers have a bad name like that? Like in any way, shape, or form to any store that they would put up a sign that says no resellers or something.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you even know a reseller from a non-reseller anyway?
Right.
I mean, I just went to Charlotte, North Carolina. They have no idea if I'm a reseller or not.
Right.
No. Well, I mean, so like, I guess Nike's doing something like this where, you know, if you order so many pairs of shoes off of their website or whatever, they're going to consider you a reseller and they're going to start canceling people's orders. So like if you walk, like the other day when I took like every 99-cent pair of shoes out of the Goodwill or out of Salvation Army that I could find, because they had one tag on sale for 99 cents. And I just found a bunch of decent brand women's shoes, and I'm walking through the store with like a cart full of shoes. I think that would have been pretty obvious, but again, it's like I could just be like, no man, I'm weird and I like women's shoes.
Yeah, man. I would totally come up with something too. Yeah. I don't know what I would say, but even if there was a sign on the door that said resellers not welcome, don't even enter the store, I would still walk in. I'd make them call me out.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would call them right back out. If I'm going to pay $25 and somebody off the street's going to pay $25, who do they care who's $25 are going to pay?
And resellers are going to probably buy more anyway.
Yeah.
So why do they care where their money's coming from? And they can put it on eBay if they want to. No one's stopping them. I mean, there's so many, I don't know if any of you know this. Well, I'm sure you do. If you look, I've stumbled across, there's so many St. Vincent de Paul accounts on eBay for different St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores throughout the country.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense that there's Goodwill stores who have eBay accounts.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I think they are not allowed to have eBay accounts. I think it's Shop Goodwill or nothing now. But or Goodwill's little reselling platform that's not doing very well from what I understand. But
there's two now.
There's two? Well, there's Shop Goodwill, and then there's the one that's supposed to be like an eBay killer or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's... well, maybe it could be an eBay killer. I never heard it called that, but what is it called? Is it like...
I don't even remember.
Is it like a boutique or something?
I can't remember exactly. Yes. It's like an online boutique. Yeah. I just can't remember what they call it now. Anyway.
Me neither. It can't be doing that great, right?
Exactly.
Ed said he only had information on his division and constantly said that every division does things their own way. So every Goodwill is in fact different, which I can understand that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And you've got great color on your video feed. Or maybe it's me. I don't know.
It's got to be me. I got a high-end camera.
And you have a nice blue background.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody for the birthday wishes. We appreciate it. Yes, I can't believe it either.
I know, it's crazy.
Goodwill then started to raise their prices so they could get the upsell prices, but then it got out of control. They hired price setters, so jeans new with tags $12 no matter. A shirt tag $90 make it $30. Yeah, I mean, you're just talking about your area because it is a little different. I think it's in our area. Like our area seems to be like they overprice things, but they mess up a lot. Yeah. Like I don't know if that's in your area, but
inconsistency.
You'll see like a pair of Jordans in the front thing, and they're like $95, and you're like, you look them up on eBay, and you're like, they're selling for $30. Like, what are you doing? So, but gambling's really addictive. I avoid it just like alcohol. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we don't.
I just don't know.
It's
like I'm sorry, Sarah. I like to play Texas Hold'em or blackjack. Like I like those games. And I'm not like the great at those games, but I do like them. And I could really see me losing my butt in either one of those games.
Blackjack, it's hard to do that in blackjack depending on the limit on the table. But Texas Hold'em in poker, you're right. You could do some damage.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's different. I feel like some people really can't stop. I mean, how you'll go like in Vegas, you'll go through the casino, you'll see someone sitting at a slot machine. It'll be like midnight, 1 a.m. You'll get up the next morning at like 8, go through the casino. It'll be sitting at the same machine.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Were they there for 8 hours? I mean, seeing them
Probably.
fall asleep at machines. Like, some people
Yeah.
just really can't stop. But I
It
know
is-
we need to pay our bills, so we need to
Yeah.
stop.
The way I do it is I
You're paying
bring
a couple more bills now.
Yeah,
right.
that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I was saying that to my buddy on the way out of the casino. I'm like, I'm really excited I won this. I'm like, but it's sad that I'm very excited that I'm going to pay off a credit card with it. Most people are like, I'm going to go buy something nice for myself. I'm like, woohoo, credit card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whatever's on that credit card, you already bought for yourself. So
That's right. It's probably a
Exactly.
bunch of takeout food. Ed said I lost sympathy for Goodwill once they started selling online and jacking up the prices in the store. Goodwill is in fact one of our biggest competitions. You're probably right.
So here's what happened to me one time. I saw like 5 Polo Ralph Lauren vintage large size, like 3XB or something like that. And I picked those up because they, at the size that they are, they sell well. Like out of the 5, 2 of them were $3.99, which is the normal price then. And then the other, what I say, 3 of them were $3.99, and then the other 2 were like $6.99 or $7.99. And I walked them up to the front of the register, and it just so happened that there was this lady there from the main office. And I didn't know she was from the main office, but she had a Goodwill name tag on, but she was wearing what I would call non-Goodwill clothes. It wasn't a blue shirt and khaki pants. It was like just normal business attire. And I asked her, I was like, hey, can you help me better understand, like, are these mismarked or are these mismarked? Like, what would be the price if I wanted to buy all 5 of them? And she was like, well, you would get them as they're priced. I was like, well, I was hoping that I could talk you into let me have all of them for $3.99, which is, the price on these. Yeah. And they're like, nope, these are priced at $6.99. So these are going to have to be paid. I'm like, you're willing to hold on to these that were given to you to make $2 more, $3 more dollars, as opposed to sell them all right here and now in a fell swoop. Yeah, that's what happened. And I said it to her. I legitimately said that to her, and she was like, "Sir, that's how they're priced. I'm the something new pricing manager of the area, and that may have been a mistake, but that's what we're going to sell them for." I was like, you know what? Yeah. You can have them all. So I didn't buy.
That's what happened. That's similar to what happened to us. We had did you ever hear the Tops shirts story from us?
No.
We went to
that was ridiculous.
We went to Goodwill in our area, and we hadn't been in a long time, and we went through all the t-shirts. And like there were so many good t-shirts, and like we were like, wow, this is great, and then we see a sign. It says t-shirts, what was it? $2.99 or something like that. I don't even remember.
Yeah, t-shirts are $1.99, I think.
Yeah.
And the tops were like $5.99 or $6.99.
I do remember this story. Go. Yeah, I remember this story.
Same thing. Yeah. And it was like, oh, these are tops. Why? Because they have the blue barb on them. And we're like, so what denotes it is something that somebody in the back room put it on. That's how you determine the price, is that guy that's in the back room that's putting the barbs on she's like, I'm like, what is this that I'm wearing? And she's like, it's a top. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's a t-shirt. Like this is by definition a t-shirt. I'm like, you can't make up your own definition just because you want to make more money. And I complained to the head office, and she said she was going to look into it. And I meant to go back, and I've just been so disgusted with them ever since that I just don't care. But
I think that was a legit complaint, to be honest with you. In Charlotte, they had t-shirts $2.99 and a whole, like 2 whole racks of t-shirts. And then they had sporadically throughout the store, regular shirts were like $4.99 or $4.49. And I'm thinking like a polo shirt or a button up or something like that.
Yes,
sure.
And but they had t-shirts sprinkled throughout the racks.
Yes.
That I just thought, man, anything. So I could have picked it up and put it on the wrong rack, that type of thing. Nothing was barbed. Nothing was individually priced. So I pick up these t-shirts I wanted. I took them up to the register. And you know what their defining characteristic between a top and a t-shirt was? It has a stitch down the left and the right side of the t-shirt. Like we're all wearing t-shirts right now. If you look on the side of your t-shirt, you either have a stitch or you don't have a stitch. If it has a stitch, they consider it a top, like you were saying. And if it doesn't have a stitch, it's a t-shirt.
Oh, I have stitches.
I was like, I had no idea. I'm going to have to put anything you think is a stitched top, I'm putting back. I don't want it. And I had like 7. I ended up taking 2. So,
yeah.
Really, that's ridiculous. A T-shirt is a T-shirt. I mean, come
Isn't
on, people.
Absolutely.
The only thing that keeps Goodwill from being resellers is that they got it all for free. Yep, that's true.
So they're not reselling it.
Because every Goodwill is different. If the manager or district manager hates resellers, then they basically can say that.
But why would they hate them?
I know, it's so dumb. It's like the dumbest
give me
thing.
a reason why they would hate them. I'm not
well,
saying you
Ed's
can't.
saying-
I'm challenging the people. Yeah.
Ed's saying their pride overcomes their sense that resellers will increase their margin if they price accordingly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If and Junk Monkey says our local St. Vincent de Paul hates resellers. Apparently, a couple resellers got into a fight there once. I once asked for a discount and got it on the promise that I would not resell the stuff.
Who cares?
We'll do it.
I mean, they can put it online too. It's not like they don't have access to a computer. If they want to get money for it, they can do the work and put it online.
Yeah,
Louise, that's nuts, man.
Yeah. My answer, I'm going to use them. In my head, I finished to make a profit. It's very nice. I like it. No, not the tops. Yeah, not the tops. Everybody remembers that one. Hi, Mountain State. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't give you a reason. Like, the only reason
That's
I can
because a
think
good
of-
one doesn't exist, Adam.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can come up with one. And the only one I can think of is that if they came out publicly and said something to the effect of, we want resellers, like come in and buy stuff from our stores because we want resellers, that they may eventually, probably not though, run out of inventory, or that people wouldn't be so inclined to give them their stuff for free, knowing that somebody's going to buy this and then resell it. That's the only thing I could think of, is that they don't want to publicly acknowledge us.
But I don't think people care. Like, if they want to get rid, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of people now that do eBay. That, I mean, the whole reselling culture community thing is like, did not exist like maybe 10 years ago. I don't know when it all started. Like, we just stumbled into it. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like hyped up like this.
Right.
And
I would give you that. Yeah.
It definitely was not. But like, if someone's cleaning out their garage, they're still, I think it's like, a slim chance that they're going to become an eBay reseller. They don't give a crap. They just want to clean their garage out. They don't care if they're giving it away for free. If they really cared, they'd put it on eBay.
Right.
Well, to counter your argument, if you get any comments whatsoever from like non-reseller people who watch your videos or TikToks or something like that, they heard some very argumentative remarks about, I didn't donate this so that people could resell it and make a profit. I donated it to try to help the poor. And you resell it. I mean, you've heard that argument before. And
right.
I'm like, I love it when people say that on my videos or my TikToks. I'm like, I don't like rip them apart. I educate them. I'm actually working on a TikTok that I'm going to be like, it starts with something like, y'all are going to hate this.
Yeah, I 100% know what you mean, because like I've got not a ton, but a few haters. Like when I would say like, "Oh, look at this Cabbage Patch haul," and they're like, "You're such a terrible person for taking all those toys away from poor children." It's like
worst.
No one is gonna buy. Like, first of all, a poor person isn't going into Goodwill and spending $7 on a Cabbage Patch doll for their kid. They're just not doing that. I mean. They're not.
You're right.
And I'm selling these to collectors. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
there's maybe out of the 700 dolls she's sold over the last year, maybe 4 of them have gone to kids that we know of.
Yeah, a couple of people did
vast majority of them are adults.
For their kids. Seriously,
I did see a Guitar Hero, and this is going to be part of the video, so I'll give you a little bit of a snippet. There was 2 Guitar Hero guitars in my Goodwill, priced at $29.99. Okay, the color of the week was blue. One of them was blue. One of them was green. This week is Green Week. That means that one of them had been there for 4 weeks and didn't even sell, and one of them had been there for at least 3 weeks and didn't sell. Even if I was a poor person who needed to go buy a Christmas present for my nephew or my son, I truly do not believe in my heart, in my Christian heart, that I would be buying a $30 guitar from Goodwill.
Absolutely.
But I'd pay $5 or $6 from it. So I
Right.
get that. I totally understand what they're saying. 100%.
Yeah.
But they have just as much an opportunity to get it as I do when I walk in
Absolutely.
the store and they walk in the store.
Absolutely.
And I again, I struggle with the. I'm trying to say this and not come off as a total jerk, but it's going to be hard not to
Do it. It's late night.
But here's what I believe, and this is truly what I believe, and I've seen it. We've been in and out of Goodwills for years. There's very few people walking into the Goodwills, at least in our area, that look like that they're poor. The vast majority of people shopping at Goodwills are people that love old clothing, love being unique, stuff like that. I would say that's probably 75% of the people that are walking in there that just loved thrifting, that just love being in,
and they've been doing it their whole
stuff.
life.
Yeah.
They've been thrifting their whole life. Like I've been thrifting since I was my friend Kim is in the chat and she just made a couple comments. Her and I used to go to thrift stores in high school. And that was like 30 years ago. Like, it's like we've been doing it our whole lives. It's not like, I mean, that's a completely valid point.
I just don't feel like Goodwill is the place. Like maybe there are other thrift stores or there are other things that are geared more towards that model. Like there's a thrift store that's in the north part of our city. That would be that all their clothing is 99 cents. Every bit of it is 99 cents. It doesn't matter what it is, it's 99 cents. And it's sitting up there and they've got a room full of it. And their motto is like, we want to recycle. We don't want all this stuff to end up in the landfill, whatever. Like that's what they do. And all their clothing, baby clothes or whatever, 99 cents. I don't think someone's walking into Goodwill knowing that there are other places that exist where things are a lot cheaper, saying, oh my God, I need a suit for whatever, I'm going to go to Goodwill. Chances are they're going to St. Vincent de Paul, they're going to Salvation Army, they're going to one of the ones that's a lot cheaper and a lot more reasonably priced than Goodwill. So that argument to me is not valid when it comes to Goodwill. Now, maybe other ones, sure, I can understand it. But again, we're not taking food out of people's mouths. Like, it's not like, whoa, I found this vintage pair of Carhartt overalls, and now some guy is not going to be able to go get this 30-year-old pair of Carhartt
He'll
overalls.
Never find anything else in that store that he could possibly wear because you got the one and only thing he could ever wear.
He was gonna be a cement pourer or whatever, and now it's just not happening for him.
I'll admit to something. I did follow around a kid yesterday for about 5 minutes around the store who was playing with it was a Jurassic Park toy, which I knew was valuable. And I was following him around. The kid was only like 4 years old. I didn't know if the parent was going to buy it for
You're
him
like,
or
put
not.
it down,
But
kid.
when he put it down and he left, I waited for him to not come back. Like, he put it down and they left the store. And I was like, okay, it's free game. I can get it now. But I wasn't going to like talk him out of it before he walked out. I mean, but if
Like,
his
hey,
parent had
look,
bought it for him, I'd been like, oh, okay, good job. He got him a toy. Good, nice dad, right?
Here, kid, have a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Let's trade. Come on, Georgie.
I'll give you a lollipop if you give me that little.
This is getting really creepy now all of a sudden.
But I was like, this is so bad, Adam. What are you doing?
I've done that before, but it's not been with children. It's been with grown adults. And it's been with like vintage linens. I'm like, put those sheets back.
Yeah, I think
you don't need this.
I think my story was, I mean, just because it was a kid I was following around, it was a little bit creepier than the vintage linen.
A little bit.
I've definitely followed around a guy who had a stack of golf clubs in his hand, and I even talked to him. I was like, hey, you gonna get that Nike driver? And he goes, yeah. I was like, you sure you're gonna get it? But long story short, they wouldn't let him buy it because they had priced the whole bag of clubs for like $30, like the bag and everything in it. And they wouldn't let him buy it because he pulled that one club out of the bag and it wasn't individually priced. And he didn't want to buy the whole bag. He just wanted the one club. And then I was like, I don't want the whole bag either. So
Yeah.
You sell a lot of golf bags, Adam? Yeah, that's what I thought. We never seem to come across them.
No.
I just came across a
few
really
clubs.
nice one
Yeah, I know they're like easy sellers, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people
Lots
have
of
looked at them.
competition in my area as far as golf clubs are concerned. So when there are some, I mean, honestly, I don't see hardly as many in the store anymore as I do like finding them on Facebook Marketplace or something. But because I put notifications for golf clubs so that when
Smart.
something gets listed new, it will notify me, and I'll look at, and like I immediately jump on to look and see if it's worth a flip. But it hardly ever anymore. There's a bunch of resellers on Marketplace.
Look at your phone, Sarah.
Got my phone?
We got an offer. Last yard sale.
Except
I don't know.
Maybe.
Get to see the Cabbage Patch.
Oh, it's the Lammy. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. This is, I think it's an Instagram follower. I get like 90% of my Cabbage Patch sales from Instagram. So
yeah.
I've been to yard sales like this. Last yard sale I went to had eBay prices on the table. Everyone was mumbling and walking off. I hate it when they do that. Some say they won't be giving to Goodwill anymore because they're openly giving to resellers. Would rather give to a church, which is also sells to resellers.
Yeah, that's true.
They could resell it for higher for sure. Hi, Kim, by the way. Adam, you cannot educate the purposely blind. That's a true statement. I donated to help the poor. You're helping me not be poor. It's true.
That's a good one, Scott.
I left a Cabbage Patch Kid for a kid recently because Sarah told me to.
Oh yeah, a little tiny, like the little Cabbage Patch Cuties. Those don't really have much resale value, but kids love those now. Like little kids, they love those tiny little Cabbage Patches.
Katie was at the Frederick, Maryland Goodwill this weekend, and most of the pants were $15 to $20. Wow. Adam, you're a jerk. Own it.
I think he's talking to you because you said I don't know how to say this without being a jerk.
He's talking to me. I knew he was talking to me. If I'm strapped for cash, trust me, I ain't buying a $30 Cabbage Patch. I'm heading over to the Dollar Tree and getting those. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They had a table and chair set that was nice but older. $75 for the table, $25 each chair.
Each chair? Oh
wow! Each chair. So somebody will come in, buy one chair, and then the rest of the set's worthless. Yeah, because it doesn't have all the chairs. That's so dumb. Do people really give you crap about selling Cabbage Patch dolls?
Not as much anymore. But they definitely have, like saying I'm taking toys from children. Yep. And I love children. I do not take toys from them. I give them toys.
They used to,
but it's mainly like collectors. Like this is the one we just sold. Now let's hope they pay. I mean, this is a lamb Cabbage Patch,
and good looking one.
It's like $30 for this. The outfit I got from a viewer that gave me a viewer gave me the outfit, and the doll was like $3 or $4. So I mean, they're a good flip, but like I don't know. I don't think people are buying Cabbage Patch dolls for like their kids. It's mainly kids like our age, like well, not kids they were kids in the 80s that they're like nostalgic. It's like a nostalgia thing for them. So that's why they're buying them. They're not buying them for their kids.
It's the same with like old Nintendo stuff. Like if you found a Nintendo at Goodwill, do you honestly think any kid this generation, like my friend's son who plays Xbox constantly, would not even actually, I'm going to rewind because I had another thought during that whole thing. We have Nintendo Switch, and we have Switch Online, which has like all the old games, well, not all of them, but a bunch of old NES games on it. And that's why we got it, because we love playing old Mario games. And we tried to get him to play Mario 1. He hated it because every time you died, you had to go back to the beginning of the level. He couldn't stand it. It was like 5 minutes, and he's like, "This game's terrible. Why would you want to play this?" And so, like, I don't feel like kids of that generation would even care that that's there. Or like the Guitar Hero thing, even that. Like, isn't that kind of dead now? I mean, to the people, like, they don't even.
The only people playing Guitar Hero really are, in my opinion, they're 20s to 30s, and maybe 40s.
They had it when they were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be something I would get into. I feel like I would get into Guitar Hero, like if I had spare time.
I will admit, I got my daughter into it because I was playing it so much.
I would try it. I mean, I would definitely be up to trying it.
Oh, we're buying one now.
It's fun.
I don't know. I think I would like
fun
it.
immensely frustrating.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. I'm sure. Because you're actually like it's like a play along guitar thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not musically inclined at all.
you don't need to be.
Oh,
It
okay.
You
helps
just have
to
to
be.
have. Yeah, it does help.
Yeah,
But
I'm
you just have
sure.
to
I'm
have
sure.
some. You have to have some recognition of where your fingers are, and then you have to. Your other hand, you really. I mean,
Well, I
you
can
don't really
type.
need to
I
have-
type really well.
Yeah.
If you
just-
can,
I don't
if
look
you
at the
can, if you can
keys.
tap a beat, you could play Guitar Hero.
Yeah. You be.
All right. I don't
We're
know.
buying. We're
I
gonna
think
buy
I'll
one.
give it a
My
try.
favorite. I have for my birthday last year. I bought myself a Sunburst. I got a Nintendo Wii U, and I bought myself a Sunburst guitar. And my sister asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I told her I wanted the World Tour for the Wii, because at the very end, the last song to unlock is Through the Fire and Flames, and that song is so hard to play, but so fun to play. And that's like that song is the number one reason why I even love Guitar Hero, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Have you ever
love
tried
it.
the other one, the Garage Band?
No, I haven't.
You need more than one person because it has a drum set, a bass, and a regular guitar, and then a lead singer. Which you can play the guitar and be a lead. Like I couldn't even imagine.
I
So
haven't
there's
tried
a
that.
drum. There's a drum set you buy.
You can.
You can, yeah.
You know, I always had dreams of playing the drums. When I first met Adam, I wanted him to either buy me a drum set or a banjo, and I've gotten neither.
Mm.
Remember the
Christmas
comment
is
she
coming.
made earlier about her not being musically inclined?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're not the only one. Junk Monkeys also follow people around hoping they would set an item down.
Yeah,
Mountain
man.
State's guilty of stalking. I have people following him around hoping I set the stuff down. And then Junk Monkey said, "Hey kid, want a piece of candy?" Junk Monkey just picked up a backwards putter. The blade points towards your feet from the shaft.
I think I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I don't know what the benefit is of it.
It's like that. There was I don't see them very often anymore. But that two-handed putter that people were using that was like this, that was a thing. And I remember them coming out with it right when I was still golfing, and I tried one, and I'm like, this is not. I can't.
They're not legal anymore. The belly
They're
putters.
No, they're not.
But you can use what's called a forearm grip or something like that, where it's not as long as the belly putter, but it's longer than a traditional putter, and you line it up the side of your arm to have a straight follow through. Those are supposed to be very helpful, but those are still legal as far as I know.
Huh, interesting. Yep, Lamey sold. I have 2 items on the eBay layaway program now. Yeah, we have 4.
Yeah,
Hate the
that's
layaway program.
2 of them are Cabbage Patches. I think one canceled. I don't know what's happening.
The worst one is what happened to us. Whenever they bought 2 Cabbage Patches from us, and then sent us a message immediately following the purchase of the second one and said, "Hey, I'll be paying for these on Tuesday." And we're like,
No, you won't.
That's so annoying. I hope
"Well, no,
they pay.
that's just inside the 4 days." So we're like,
Yeah.
And then we messaged them back trying to play like, "Oh well, make sure to do it on Tuesday because if you let it go and be on Tuesday, there's going to be you'll get a strike from eBay." And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I know, I do this all the time." And we're like,
Yeah, of course you
It's
do.
it's so frustrating to me because I sell a lot, obviously, of those dolls. I don't know if you follow my Instagram, but I sell a ton of them, and like I'm not posting that they sold, or as I call it, adopted, until I get the payment. But I like to do a lot of listing like on the weekends for them because I feel like that's the more popular time to sell them. And sometimes like I'll list it and it'll automatically sell from an Instagram follower. But it's just so frustrating that those are tied up to other people that would pay like immediately. Like I have a girl on Instagram. I swear she buys like 5 a week off of me.
"Oh Lord."
She is like, I love that
That's
girl.
man.
She sends me pictures all the time. She has like a huge collection. Like,
That's
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Scott's never played Guitar Hero. Ping says, "I'm glad all my buyers pay right away and I don't even use IPR." It's unbelievable. You don't take offers though, do you, Ping? I think she doesn't take best offers, so they would have to pay right away.
Okay.
That's the way to get rid of it. If you don't take offers, you're not going to have a problem.
What is IPR? Why does that acronym not ring a bell? to me?
Immediate payment. I don't know if the R stands for.
Request, immediate payment request.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've sent so many offers lately, no biters. Junk Monkey says, buy her a banjo. Blisters on the tips of your fingers will tell you if you're serious. That's true.
I tried to
I've
get
heard
a
a banjo is
ukulele.
tough to play.
I tried to get a
It is.
ukulele the
I've
other
tried.
day, but I got outbid.
I've tried. It's very. It's all about the thumb too, because you're thumb picking the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, they have those little things you can get for your
Yeah.
fingers. I have
And
them on my
it's-
Amazon wish list.
I think the force required to play any chords is a little greater on a banjo too, because they're pulled so tight. But I'm not sure of that. So
I've got a
Never know.
ukulele my son doesn't use anymore. You want a ukulele? We can work something out.
I mean, I was just bidding on it like I don't even know
For the
why,
fun
to
of
be
it?
honest with you. Yeah, there's this. I don't know if you guys have Mac bid where you are,
Not that I know of, but
but it's like they have it in Ohio. I know they have it in Pennsylvania. It's like Amazon returns, but you can actually see what you're bidding on. And a lot of it's just like new open box, and you can get some like killer deals
Mhm.
I'm
off
totally
of it.
looking this up.
Yeah. It's mac.bid, MacBid.
yeah, our friends told us about it.
Yeah.
Mountain State says banjo music in West Virginia doesn't mix well. Usually ends bad for whoever hears it. It's true. It's due on layaway. I'm done for the night. Hope you all have a great night. Thanks, Scott, for coming in. We
You
appreciate it.
too.
Thanks, Scott.
I only
Did
have
y'all
one.
hear about my recent non-payment layaway scenario?
No.
$300 pair of Kobe Bryants. I accepted their bid of $300 and they never paid. Their reason?
Ridiculous.
Sorry, miss size. That's all they
Oh,
said.
maybe-
Sorry, miss size. I'm like, how do you bid $300 and not even look at the size of the shoe you're bidding on?
Right?
It's just, I know that's just an excuse. I know it is.
Oh,
But I was
absolutely.
so mad. I was just
Yeah.
so mad.
Yeah. And Dozas hesitates to accept offers because of that. Oh, yeah, you do accept offers. There you go. Junk Monkey says, I once wanted to buy a banjo and hide near popular Canoe Creek. Then I thought, what am I going to do if one of them comes toward me instead of battling faster?
Believe it or not, I've never seen that movie.
It's
I've never seen Deliverance, but I know about that part.
not the best movie in the world.
It's
That's
not,
what I
no.
hear.
It's a little weird.
But I
You
feel
might
like I
it,
need to
though.
watch. I probably would because I like
Yeah,
weird
you
crap.
like creepy movies. So,
I like
true.
creepy stuff. I like murders. Like, I mean, I don't like it when people get murdered, but like, I'm just like into that. Like we talked
Forensic
about
Files
before.
stuff. Does your wife
that,
watch
like,
that crap
yeah.
too?
Oh, I like CSI.
Yeah.
Paige likes boom boom. What's that one? The
Yeah.
Law and Order. Law and Order. She loves Law and
Yeah.
Order. I like CSI. So yeah,
Yeah,
we like those shows.
people. I feel like like you said, it's like a thing with women that they really are into that kind of stuff.
It's just weird though, isn't it?
It's
I
very weird.
I wouldn't realize it was a thing for women. Okay, but
Yeah, a lot of women.
Apparently
are
it's a
into
thing.
it.
I see it on TikTok all the time where it's like
Yeah.
my wife literally watches Forensic Files and things like that all the time, and I feel like she might murder me someday. It's just apparently a thing.
sleep with
Kristen's
one
here.
eye open.
That's right.
Yeah.
She says, I'm so late. Super glad to see all these people there. Thanks, Kristen. We appreciate it.
Hey, Kristen.
Oh, the Mothman prophecies. No.
I love the Mothman prophecies.
Such a good movie, but too close to home.
And it was Richard Gere was in that, right?
Hmm?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
I've heard
good
of it,
one.
but I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good, but it happened like less than an hour away from here. So you're like, eh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, West Virginia.
So we got down to the bottom of the chat here finally. So the reason we were going to wait till after the new year to start bringing guests back on, but we had to have Adam on before this, time expired on this. So you're doing, and you asked me to be in it, so I am in it. Which is awesome. You're doing a calendar for everybody, right? You want to tell everybody what you're doing?
Absolutely. It's a fundraiser idea that I came up with in August, right after FlipCon. And it's basically studs of the reselling community, a 2023 calendar. Studs, man. And it's supposed to be a funny joke. I mean, it's more of a humorous thing than it is an actual stud thing. Okay. So keep that in mind. But the point is that we would raise money for the Gary Sinise Foundation. Now, last year I did a 2-hour live like Christmas telethon to try to raise money, and it was great. We We did
Yeah.
we got over $1,500 for that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll be honest with you. After that, I was on a high for like a week.
Yeah.
And my family was like, Adam, are you still riding that wave? I was like, yes. I was like, it was awesome. We have already passed this. Okay. We are at 20 minus the fees that we would have to pay to actually buy the calendars themselves. We're at $2,200. And
nice.
we're still going because that's just in pre-orders. This is the last week of pre-orders, and it closes on November 15th because of the fact that we have to order it, get it printed, get it shipped to me, and then I can individually fulfill all the orders. And then USPS, we always know how those get backed up during the holidays.
No.
So we need to get them out. I need to get them in the mail before Christmas in hopes that they make it to you by the beginning of the year, right? But it's all going to the Gary Sinise Foundation. Now, what is that? That is legitimately Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, Gary Sinise. If you don't know who that guy is, and he started the Gary Sinise Foundation for veterans, disabled veterans, families of people who lost someone in fighting in the military, first responders. And he said, taking that role, researching that role, reading up on all of the scenarios from the war that he was supposed to be participating in as that role, it just struck his heart to start this. And that's what he's done. And he started it I think it was just 3 years after that role. And he even has a band called the Lieutenant Dan Band. And it's also part of his foundation that he helps to raise money and do shows for. It's an awesome organization. And my wife and I have always had a special place in our heart for veterans or people who are in the military that basically go and leave their families and fight for our freedom and our safety. And so I felt like it was a calling I needed to do. And if I had any kind of pull whatsoever, that's the place I wanted to raise money for. So that's what we're doing. So 100% of the profits that we raise for this, from this funny calendar event is going to the Gary Sinise Foundation. I can drop some names real quick if people are interested. I have to go in order because that's the only way I remember
before you do
all
that,
12. Sure.
Kristen asked to drop the link for the calendar. The link actually is in the description of this video, guys. So right below this video, you'll see a link to the calendar and to Adam's YouTube channel. So if you want to check out Adam and buy a calendar at the same time, both links are right below here. So check it out. And
I appreciate that because I do have a video, like a 2-minute video, 2.5-minute video, explaining a lot as fast as I could to give you an idea. I do have the link though. I just don't have this YouTube live pulled up to drop the link in the comments. I was going to do it, but I didn't want to have any feedback or something like that come on. So that's why I didn't have the window open.
Okay.
I can drop it in the private chat and then maybe.
Okay. Yeah. To do that. And I'll send it. I'll put it up there.
But the people in the show, in the calendar, let's say we got Matt Easy, Drew Profit Monsters, myself, we got Prison to Profit, Carrie from American Arbitrage. We have Troy Mountain Man Treasures, Josh Harry Tornado, Mr. Pittsburgh Picker himself, Drew Strickland, the Nashville Flippers, both Dustin and Ray, and Chris Flip the World, and Zach from Utah Bought and Gone. And those are the guys who agreed. Those weren't like the first 12 I asked. Those are just the first 12 who said, yeah, do it. I probably asked maybe 30 different people. But the good news is I believe that we've got enough, entertainment in this that it might happen again next year. And not just one thing. I'm not going to let anything out of the box, but I'm planning a little bit extra stuff. But it won't be the same 12 guys. It'll be 12 different guys.
Junk Monkey has a question. Maybe you can tell us about the picture that Flip the World sent that got shot down. Can you? No. Do you want to talk about
it? Let's just say that I wanted from the get-go. The idea was, since it's for the foundation and it's going to have the Gary Sinise Foundation logo and it's all the money's for them, I want to keep the calendar PG rated, or at the most PG-13 at the worst. And let's just say that PG-13 is what I capped it at. And there maybe that picture I don't think that fit the bill really.
No.
So That's just all I'm going to say about that. I have been told though that by Chris himself that you may see the picture after the calendar comes out, but it won't be in the calendar. It may be of his own accord. So
Yeah, I've seen all the pictures and they are awesome.
Oh, you didn't show me.
No, I didn't. No, I was told not to. I cannot show anybody.
I wanted to see them like forever. I'm like, I can't wait to see them.
Well, I will tell you this,
Adam.
you can go.
I'm your wife.
You can go. No, that doesn't matter. My wife hasn't seen them all. You can go to my show I did this past Wednesday. It was live from Charlotte, North Carolina. It was just my regular Wednesday show. I'd have a 30-second quick snippet of all the pictures, but I'm not going to tell you where it is in the show. So you got to watch the whole show. All right,
I'll watch the whole thing.
It'll get my watch hours up too.
I'm gonna pull it up now so I don't forget. I'll watch it right after the show.
What I liked about was looking at all the pictures. This is like, it's so funny how like because the majority of the people that are on there I know, so a few of them I know pretty well, and like it's so funny to see everybody's personality in just a picture and that's truly what it was. Like you look at some of those pictures and you're like, yeah, it's totally that person, like 100%. So like it was fun. It was fun seeing all the people are like, how about this? And you're like, no.
Yeah. No. I think that the point was have fun with it, bring reselling into it, bring out your personality into it. Just stay within, PG-13 and we're going to have a good time with it. And there's a good portion of editing being done with it too, which makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's turned out really well.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't seen the calendar as a whole, but I have seen all the pictures. I think it's going to be awesome, and you definitely won't be disappointed if you order this calendar. So, for sure, the link is in the chat now, as well as down below, and then Adam's YouTube channel is down there too. So feel free to subscribe and check out yesterday's. What you said, Wednesdays? Yesterday? No,
last Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
So let me add one more thing. If you didn't want to go out and buy the calendar, and you just want to make a small donation, there's an option on there to give a $5 donation. And with that comes the opportunity to sponsor a day. So you can write something on that day and that'll be printed on everybody's calendar. People have said happy birthday to somebody, happy anniversary to other people. This is the day I started reselling. Others have said, and I'll say it for Kristen. She wrote on there, she wanted to represent National Squirrel Appreciation Day. So she bought that day for the calendar.
That's funny.
We wrote that on there, and others have wrote. Nashville Flippers wrote Happy National Taco Day, brought to you by the Nashville Flippers. So it's just a fun way to donate if you would just want to donate to the cause, and you don't necessarily want to buy the whole calendar.
Yeah, I sponsored our anniversary, so. Yeah, it's a great cause though, and the Gary Sinise Foundation. I've heard of many interviews from him about the foundation, and he's unbelievably passionate about the veterans and things like that, and that's close to our home too. A lot of people in my family were veterans. Sarah's father was a veteran, so it's something we would definitely be up for donating, even if we weren't involved in the process of making this thing. We would have bought several. So, but yeah, it's a great cause, man. I really appreciate you doing it, and
thanks for letting me talk about it.
Us.
I appreciate you agreeing to be part of it, man.
I didn't even hesitate. It was funny. He asked me, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'll do it." And then I thought about it afterwards. I'm like,
I think your reply was like within seconds of me sending the message.
We're speed repliers. We reply quickly to everybody.
Good.
You know what's funny though about the whole thing? After I agreed to it, I thought about it, and I'm like, I've been on his live show a few times, and he's messed with me quite a bit. I'm like, am I gonna have to lose some weight for this? I didn't even think about it. I'm like, wait a minute.
No way, man. No way. But I'm probably gonna do a live show with no guests. Not my typical show, I should say. But you know how we did a Christmas show last year? Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to do a live show, and as many as of the guys I can get to come onto the show, we'll talk about it. We'll just talk about the whole scenario, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I want to ask the crowd if you can hit on Instagram the Gary Sinise Foundation through DM somehow get their attention, just like plow their inbox. I would love to get Gary Sinise on the show.
Oh my God, dude.
I would love to get
I don't know. It might work.
I am hitting them every single week with some sort of, not just his Gary Sinise Foundation Instagram page, but the official Gary Sinise page. I am hitting them every single week. Like I'm going to donate thousands to your cause. I would love for somehow to bring Gary in on this. You know,
I think that's a great idea.
Do you know anybody that could be connected to like some form of
Tom Hanks? Maybe.
film?
I mean,
no. I mean, yeah. Do you know? If you know Tom Hanks, that might help. He's out here pretty frequently. But you don't know anybody that's
calling them too.
Yeah, I've tried calling them.
Have you? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have the number right there. I mean, you could try. You know.
You know what? Do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, but I don't hardly ever do it. But I could do it for this, I guess.
Well, no, I've noticed that like a lot of people get done, like have had things happen to them, you know, because most Twitter accounts are owned and run by the person that they are. So Gary Sinise's Twitter, chances are it is actually Gary Sinise. So I would bet if you tagged him in things
on
at
Twitter,
some point, you might get a response back from him.
That's a
or
good
something
idea.
to that effect through Twitter. So just a thought.
I'll start sharing it through Twitter too.
Yeah.
I'll start that tomorrow.
There you go. What's up, JD? Barter Mania? Maybe? You're going to have to explain a little more there.
I've heard of that for some reason, but I don't know what the context.
Well, he's a YouTuber. I just don't know what connection would he have.
Okay.
Got mine, ordered such a great charity. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We've got just hearing about this. Let's have a lunch podcast. So it's out there for sure. Yep. Ping's got a calendar. So
yep.
Yeah, we got the.
I appreciate all y'all's help.
This
is going to be awesome.
It's really cool, and you know, charity and stuff like that. It's just, I thought it was a great idea from the get go, but he knows someone from the charity.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, see now I got to. I mean, isn't he a kind of a big name, Bartermania? I don't.
He's a YouTuber. I don't think so.
I don't know why I've heard of.
He comes in the chat all the time. He might be here at some point.
Oh, okay.
He might be in here at some point. That would be great if he knows somebody. But yeah, that would be awesome because even if you had somebody that just ran the charity on, that would be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll take a second place, man.
To message them and tell them about it, like you want everyone to do it.
I would love for them to drop the link and tell them.
Okay, I'll do it.
Any way, shape, or form you could get their attention. It's fine with me.
I'll
do it. The only reason I don't know if you'd get Gary on is because celebrities typically have to be like prepped for their interviews. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they have to know what's coming at them and stuff like that first ahead of time. And so that was the only thing. Maybe I mean he seems like a pretty down to earth person, so maybe
he really does.
But
I mean, I'm not even talking about an interview. I'm talking about if you could show up for 5 minutes while we literally on air put in the donation in your website. You know, I would. And to tell you why we chose you and stuff like that. Like, it's not to interview you. It's just to draw people into and to get the name out there, to get the point out there, to sell more calendars, you know, for more money to come in.
Another idea.
What's that? Go to your news station and tag them. I could do that on Facebook, couldn't I?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I just got it before FlipCom and have been waiting for things to settle down before listening. Oh, they were talking about a card. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I'll think of some other ideas. I would go the Twitter route though, because chances are Gary Sinise actually is on his Twitter, and maybe he'd actually take a look at, you know, one. Yeah. It's probably 1 in 1,000 shot that he might take a look at it, but you know, because I'm sure he gets tagged in things all the time. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I've had friends of mine that have gotten replies from stars before and gotten likes from stars before, and they're just mentioned something like along with the rest of the group, and somebody actually replied to them, and they were you know, extremely happy about it. But yeah, I mean, it could be an idea.
I'll do it. I'll so totally do that starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Adam's blasting the internet.
I didn't even think about Twitter, to be honest with you, because I quit Twitter a couple of years ago. I just fell out of love with Twitter. And
I
but
don't
that's a
do it
good
either.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. The only reason I like it is because it's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, and Instagram is all resellers. And it's just,
Oh, it's who you follow. It's not all.
well, no, I mean,
resellers.
like my personal Instagram, I don't ever look at it. My Pittsburgh Picker Instagram is the only one I look at.
Same
And
here.
the other one, my Facebook account, like I look at Facebook, but Facebook's just annoying to me because it seems like everybody on Facebook just wants to argue with other people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like,
Well,
the
that's
sky's
how I
blue.
feel like
No, it's not.
Twitter is. I feel like Twitter
Yeah.
is nothing but an big, huge argument all the time. That's why I
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. I feel like it's a bigger I feel like Facebook's turning into like the older people's platform anyways. There's a guy on TikTok. Did you ever see him? He reads like people's ridiculous Facebook posts. And
I don't think so.
Some of the older people that don't know how to use it, like this one lady in her bio, it says, "Can someone please give me the recipe for a Dutch apple pie?" or something. It's like Sharon, whatever her name is, and then underneath where it's like a quote, it says, "Can
Yeah.
someone please give me the recipe?" And he reads them in like this old lady like Brooklyn accent, and so it's so funny. It's so funny.
That would be
But-
funny.
Some of the. So you said you are doing more TikToks now, so you get
Yeah, trying to. I did a few after FlipCon, and somehow like the first one, like they had a social media little group sit up on the stage and talk, right? Give tips
Right.
about TikTok or other social media platforms. And I literally listened, took notes, and then the first one I made, I put a lot of that into the whole work of it all. And it didn't make 1 million, but it hit over 130,000 within like a couple of days. And I was like, I never expected that. I was like blown away. And then I was like, okay, let me try this again. Then the next one's like 500. Then the next one's like 1,000. Then the next one's like 400. And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, what was this one that these aren't hitting? Like, I'm using the same techniques, and it all has to. I'm sure it all boils down to how I present the initial thumbnail on the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
And like if that's getting people's attention or whatnot. So
Yeah.
the next one I do, I really am going to do one that's going to really just boil some people's brains.
Yeah.
And,
Just turn the comments up. Just don't look at the comments because
you're
gonna get roasted.
dude, I'm so looking at those comments. I am for the comments, man.
Yeah, everyone says I don't have TikTok, but everyone says like the people on TikTok are mean.
Oh,
Do it.
But they're
I'm
just
thick
mean.
skinned, man. I'm thick
Yeah.
skinned. I'm going to shoot it right back at you.
yeah. It's funny because like I was doing reels for a while too, and the same thing occurred. Like the ones I thought were going to be really good just sucked. Like 200 people, and then like we were in Delaware, and there was a crab like walking along the beach, and I walked up and I recorded him, and I'm like, hey, and then all of a sudden he went pew and took off, and that got
saw that
like
one.
550,000 views, and like my phone
Yeah.
the whole night my phone to dink, the dink, the dink, the dink, the dink, the dink.
Yeah,
like,
they
all night.
love that little crab.
And I'm like, I
I
can't.
love them.
Like, you guys don't want to hear anything about reselling, but you see a little crab just walking
Yeah.
along.
He was like, yeah, look at this crab. #beach, #crab. And then I'm like, that's it? That's it? You're getting thousands of views?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
I think
Hashtag
people
crab.
I think people actually will sit around and watch the grass grow in like time lapse mode.
We should,
Probably.
we should test
Yeah.
that.
There's some really good TikToks out there that are getting millions of views of them just cutting their grass. And I'm not making that up. There's people just an overgrown yard, and the guy will cut their grass for free because he's getting millions of views on TikTok. TikTok's paying them basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And all he's doing is cutting their grass and making it look, have curb appeal. That's it. And it's getting millions of
Well,
views.
it's because it's probably
Yeah.
satisfying. Sarah watches the rug
The
cleanings.
rug cleaning.
Oh yeah.
I love the rug
There's a
cleaning.
guy who pulls them like out of trash cans and cleans them, and like he puts.
Oh.
She loves it.
It's
It's got to be
so
the same
great.
concept, the same idea, though.
It's
I
so
agree.
great. And he sent me an account the other day. I was so irritated because I was in here like doing actual work, and I just got so distracted. I'm like, oh my God, I can't stop watching these. I watched like 10 of them.
You're coming
It's
from
like
the
an
other.
hour
Oh my god!
later. Like, I just can't believe the rug is like black and like filthy, and it's just like amazing.
That's literally all you hear coming from the other end. Oh my god. Oh god. You can't. Oh wow. Oh my god. It's so much dirt.
There's definitely something satisfying about that type of work, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, like the squeegeeing and like the soapy little machine they use, and it has like a cute face on it. They have like it's like the shampoo.
What's the name
like,
of the
rug-
shampooer?
It's like some I don't know. It's like some
It was some like it's Scrub Reynolds or something like that.
yeah. Oh, it's it's not Burt Reynolds. It's like Burt. I don't know. It's something funny that has to do with
Oh.
cleaning. I gotta find it now.
Yeah, everybody. I watched
It's-
both of those.
They're so great.
Let's see. I need Sarah's help. The cabbie IG is fired. No idea what to do with mine.
Thanks.
The vintage photo of the day, maybe.
So my like I'm not an Instagram professional by any means. However, like my Instagram, yeah, it has been blowing up. Like I've literally gotten like 1,000 followers maybe in like I don't know 3 months or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't even know. Maybe even it didn't even take that long. But I think it's just like with listing, the key is consistency. You have to just post and post and post and post and post. And people are probably like, oh my God, like I see like Cabbage Patches in my feed constantly. Well, like you can unfollow me if you don't like it.
Yeah.
But I
think
feel
a lot
like I get more followers because of that. Like I just post every day, like 5 to like 10 times a day. And I feel like a good thing for like maybe something like you to do would be like you said, a vintage. What did you say? A vintage item of the day? Did they
Photo.
just say? Yeah, like the coolest item that you've posted out of that day, and just be like, we have this available now. Like eBay
I
link
feel
in
like-
bio, and then just like write something really catchy and like cool and quirky about like it. That's what I do with the dolls.
I don't know if it's the product that you're selling or posting about, or it's the frequency. I think it's a little bit of both.
Well, yes, and yeah, mine is more specialized, but I feel like Mountain
That's
State
it too.
Pickers.
It's specialized.
Yeah, look at
It's
Mountain
not-
State Pickers Instagram.
If I was to post things I'm selling, it would be all over the place, right? But
Right,
yours is
but-
collectible, specialized. It's a niche.
yes,
People like
right.
them.
But look at Mountain State Pickers. Her Instagram is an excellent example of somebody that sells a wide variety of things. That I feel like hers is growing too because she's consistent. She posts like several times a day, and she has like the same backdrop every time. She has like a calendar with the date, what sold. She does like a little like list, a little like description about it, and she's like safe travels and like is keeping track of how many items she's selling in it. And it's just like a really good Instagram. So I feel like just like the same type of like consistent listing, even if you aren't specialized. Like, I think that really definitely helps. And I always like try to respond to everyone that contacts me and stuff like that too. So
Yeah. Katie's on the lawn mowing. Loves those. Very relaxing. Lines up and down on the moon.
I'm telling you,
Is it better than watching Plains Land?
That's good, too.
That's good too. You never seen the live? LAX live?
Mm-mm.
It's I can't remember the name of it, but it's LAX. They set up cameras. This guy has like the best announcer's voice ever. And they you literally are just watching Plains Land the whole time. And then some of these planes are massive coming
Yeah.
in from like Korea, from like that Airbus A380 is it's a city on wheels.
I want to see them landed in the back of a Nissan Titan.
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
Come on.
They
No.
did it. That's right. They did put the.
They did it in the commercial, but it never happened in real life. Not on a
Oh,
Nissan
yeah.
Titan.
I mean, maybe. So,
That was a shot against the truck specifically.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Huh? We'll lose viewership here. There are YouTube channels like that too. Guys cutting grass and cleaning cars. Did you ever see? There's a YouTube channel that is like middle class family come with us and do things, and it was like one of their videos was like, "Come with us to Home Depot. We're buying a trash can,"
No.
and it got like millions and millions of views. And I'm like, "What am I doing? What?" Why am I doing this? But why am I I could literally do YouTube videos of me shopping for groceries and people would watch it. So,
It makes you wonder how something so minimal became so popular. Like,
well, I
yeah,
think because it's ironic. like half of your viewership is watching because it's ironic, other half of the viewership is like watching it because they're actually intrigued.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a little bit of both there.
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. You know, whatever.
Can you imagine though, standing there with a GoPro while your wife's buying a trash can, and you're like, "Oh, this is a nice trash can. This one looks like it won't break." And you're like,
I'm not one to vlog my life. You know, no. I am not one to carry a GoPro with me at all times and put my kids out there and stuff like that, right. or my child's drama, or even my wife's potential drama at work, whatever the case may be. No,
same.
And I understand that gets views 100%. I know if I did that, I would get views and I would get subscribers. However, that's not what I want to build my site on. That's not what I want to build my channel on. So.
I did it today. I woke up in the morning and I was like, because I took pictures of my win yesterday. I actually took a picture of the slot machine with the win on it.
Look at there.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this on Instagram. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, that's kind of braggy and tacky. I'm like,
yeah,
nah. And it's you know, so I'm like, nah, I won't do it. But you know, yeah, I'm with you. I would have the same, like, there's a lot that goes on like in our life that like I would think would be really funny, but I'm like, I don't want to be filming all the time. Like,
and I never post like I have my own personal Instagram and I barely use it. Like I'm on, the Cabbage Patch one. Like
I told people on my other Instagram, I was like, listen, I ain't never over here. If you really want to see what's going on,
exactly.
Follow me on this one.
Yeah, but I just like never post anything but that. And that's strictly my goal, is to never post anything but that and just like keep plugging along and just, but I just feel like whenever you like add like, now there is going to be a little bit of personal element, I feel like, on like a reseller thing that isn't as specialized as mine. But like when people are putting in like, I don't know, that they're having trouble like with this and that and like problems in their life and stuff, it's just like a turn off to me. Like, not that I don't care that people have problems, but like be consistent with what you're doing. Just like with the listing on eBay. Like I said, like people are saying here, yeah, they're not lying. Mountain State Picker's Instagram is great. Like it's really pretty. Like her Instagram is awesome. Like it literally is just like, and everything I want to see in an Instagram account that being a reseller following, just because it gives me good ideas. It's just like, it's strictly reselling. I don't know. I just think that that's the key, like to getting followers.
Yep. I agree. Hashtags too.
Yes. And hashtags.
Hashtags.
Yeah.
Unless it's a crab, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Hashtag crab. But yeah, that's another thing too. I have a set thing of hashtags that I just copy and paste every time I do a post. Just it saves me so much time. And then if it's like a specialized Cabbage Patch Kid or something, then I'll add like those extra hashtags in there. But it just saves me.
On your phone, I don't know if you use Android or iPhone, but do you have a clipboard on your phone?
Yeah, that's what I use.
I pin hashtags in my clipboard.
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
started doing it through the advice of my wife.
There you go.
By the way, the Eclectic Elephant, whenever I see your adopted post, they make me smile.
Oh, thank you.
Ed likes seeing the videos of people who power wash the sidewalk or driveways. They are.
I know, right?
Somebody, I skipped this one, but Katie says, watch the Russian rug cleaners. They always have random ones, like an Oriental rug found in a chicken coop.
Okay.
But that was a good one. So
I'll be on that.
Everybody's checking Mountain States. Yeah,
it's awesome. I'm telling you.
I think those kind of things became very popular, but people like to be nosy, and be in other people's business. And absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of men have the hots for the women.
Yes. I wasn't going to say that part, but it's fine.
Well, it's an adult show. It's funny to me.
Oh my God, if I made a channel about my wife's potential drama at work, it would skyrocket. She's a nurse and stuff here.
Probably so.
Yeah. I'm with you. You're right. The drama does sell.
Yeah, drama sells.
Yeah, it does.
100%. I think you know what else sells more than anything is complaining. Like if you're complaining about something, it'll go over better than you giving praise about something.
See, and that's funny you say that. Like we complain a lot on this show because, a lot of the times, like, we're working up till we get on the show. And a lot of the times when we get like, this has always been a show for like even the chat. Like there will people be in the chat that'll just be like, I've been waiting all day to talk about this, and they'll just tell me it'll be a big story and it'll be awesome. And that's so this show's always been kind of like a place where resellers can come and kind of, you know, collectively bitch or collectively talk about great things that they're doing or whatever it is.
Right.
But like, you're right. The videos on like YouTube or on Instagram where there's like, and they're always the same person. It seems like a lot of people have based their channels off just complaining about whatever, you know, whether it's eBay or Macari or this or that. And I still don't understand why that sells as well as it does. And I'm also curious as to, is it a long-term thing? Like, because I would feel like if you were one of those people that complained constantly, and that was pretty much what your channel or Instagram was based off of, that you'd have a bump in subscribers and you'd have a lot of people watching at first. But after a while, I feel like everybody comes to the same conclusion. It's like, this guy's annoying. All he does is complain. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah.
You would think, but I don't agree.
Actually, you know what? I think you are right. Not husband Adam. Because I don't know. I felt weird calling you Baldy Pal for some reason. I don't know.
That's okay.
But anyway, because you know there are certain people that I watch that complain, and I am just hooked on it. I'm like, what? I'm like, and I just can't unfollow them, and I hate myself for it.
It's because you want to see what they're gonna complain about today. Like, what could they possibly be complaining about today? They do it every day. What could possibly be new?
Right.
And okay, so I did I mentioned the $300 cancellation that I had to do earlier, about maybe a couple of weeks ago. I did one, and my thumbnail was I'm mad at eBay, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of eBay makes me mad, or I'm mad at eBay, or something like that. It quickly became my #1 video. Quickly. And it was straight up front from the get-go. You could tell it was going to be something bad. And I think that's why it jumped to the top. Now, I don't want to do a reputable YouTube channel full of complaining.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. But every now and again, if I've got something to get off my chest, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it here.
There you go.
There's something like people, Mark always, he's like, I can always tell when you're ranting because I start getting sales immediately. Thanks. I'm glad I could help. The more drama, the more they'll come back. Look at the Kardashians, for God's sake. That's true. Yeah. Can't even watch that train. Like, think of it like this. If
I've
me and
never
Adam
watched that. Never.
Me neither. No, I don't think I've watched a whole episode, but I think I've, like, you know, when you leave a channel on or something and you're like, what the hell is it? Oh.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever watched it.
That doesn't mean you watched it. It just means you didn't change the channel quick enough.
That's right. Well, I tried to figure out what was going on. And I'm like, who are all these people and why are they, what? Oh. But yeah, no, I can understand watching, like, because there are certain shows that we've watched. I won't tell you which ones because then you'll think we're terrible people. But there are certain shows we watch just because of the train wreck factor, where you're like, you know, the whole time you're screaming at the television, just get your life together.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? You know, or something like that.
Why are we?
Yeah.
We can't wait until next week.
Yeah. One of them that doesn't make us sound like a terrible people, but it's 90 Day Fiance. Like, we've watched that show so many times, and the vast majority of the time, Sarah and I are screaming at the television, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That sounds like one I would never watch.
Yeah, we watch it. We get on like kicks where we'll watch it for like a month and then we'll watch it not for like several months.
What hooked us was it was such an interesting concept that somebody, you know, that number one, that they only give you 90 days to marry somebody in order to keep a visa. Like, it's a certain visa that you pretty much, and so they meet these people, maybe hang out with them 2 or 3 times. The rest of the time it's all virtual. And then they, you know, one comes to the U.S., you know, somebody comes to the United States and they have 90 days. And like, it's, you know, it's a totally different dynamic when you're in person all the time. So like the vast majority of them are train wrecks. And you're just like,
yeah. See, I didn't even know that was the premise of the show. And I totally do not want to watch it now.
Oh, yeah. Total train wreck.
I would never watch that. I would never watch Wife Swap. I would never watch... I never watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
I've never watched those either.
I'm never going to watch those shows. And now I like Survivor, but I won't watch Naked and Afraid. I just
Oh,
don't
really?
want to see that. That shouldn't be on television.
Well,
in my
it's
opinion.
blurred. I mean, there's
So then what's the point? I mean, I don't want to see it, but if it's called Naked and Afraid and you're going to blur it, just let them wear loincloths and
they're
call it
allowed
Tarzan.
They're allowed to make clothes out of like the leaves and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of them do wear like a leaf like covering.
I'll admit, I watched a few of those only because I
me
had
too.
to know.
Yeah, you're just
And
curious.
I'm like, yeah, and I watched it, and the whole time I'm thinking,
Mhm.
you're gonna have some medical bills
Yeah.
after this.
They do. Some of them get like bit up like crazy.
No, I was thinking
dehydration and what?
I was thinking more below the equator medical bills because I can't see things
Nope.
in the wilderness agreeing with those areas. Like it can't go well.
That can't.
So yeah,
I don't even want to.
no. It's Cardassian syndrome. Watching a voyeur in someone's life that's a train wreck. Yeah. So
I did in high school watch the Osbournes.
Oh, I did too.
That on MTV.
that's because of Ozzy.
Yep.
I thought that
Yep.
was funny because
Yep.
he could never talk.
And he
Yeah,
couldn't
no.
figure anything out on his own.
No.
Yeah.
Like
Why?
nothing.
And I
That
get it.
remote for the television, never.
Oh, I thought that show was pretty funny.
He was
I
good.
watched it, yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Junk Monkeys never watched more than 1.3 seconds of anything remotely involving the Kardashians.
Same.
Me neither. Not even the news.
Dahmer wasn't a reality show. We watched that whole thing, and that was
Well, it
good.
was a show about something that happened in reality.
We binge watched that thing. That was
What platform is that on?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, it's a remake of what happened, and I think it's like 8
Right.
episodes or something like that. It's
it's
creepy,
good, but it's
good.
terrible.
It's real good. Kirsten says, "I love 90 Day. I make Paul watch it. He calls it my trashy." There you go. What's up, Sal? Didn't know if you all were going to be
what's
live
up?
tonight. Nice surprise, BaldyPal. Thanks.
Hey, buddy. How
yeah.
are you, buddy?
I was on their 8-hour live earlier, him and Cameron.
Yeah.
I watched like an hour, ate pizza, fell asleep for like 6 hours,
It was.
woke back up, and they were still on.
Oh, wow.
We didn't.
Yeah, they did like an 8-hour live.
But neither one of us got very much sleep last night. We stayed in a hotel near the casino, and it was the bed was very bouncy. Like I wouldn't call it hard more than I'd say like I know it sounds bad to say that, but
Yeah.
like if Sarah moved,
You moved too.
the whole bed was moving.
Like an
and
air
then-
mattress.
Yeah, and then like if you roll over, you're almost like if you get a little air, you're gonna be like, "Oing," and like right. It was just wasn't
Yeah,
comfortable.
it wasn't terrible, but it just was. Yeah, it was difficult. I was doing a lot of tossing and turning, so
Yeah. The Real Housewives of Everywhere, why going on it? If you have so much to hide, like no one will find out. Yeah, right. You could not pay me enough money ever. Kitty, trashy TV. I turned down Naked and Afraid. He really did. Ain't nobody need to see me running around the woods naked. And any idiot that goes into the wilderness naked is an idiot.
Okay, so I am way into this Jump Monkey. Like, did you apply for it, or did they come and get you, ask you to be on? Like, how did that even come up as an option? I have a history of wanting to. I've been applying on Survivor since I was 21.
No kidding.
wow.
I'm
You'd be
42
awesome
years-
on Survivor, I think.
I am not what they want on Survivor. I have no drama. I do not fit a certain type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to be out there to survive and play the game. And I know I would win.
Man.
I know I would win, but I don't
That's
bring drama
awesome.
to the table. But that's why I have gotten no conversations from them whatsoever. Now, because I've been applying to them for so long, I have gotten requests to apply for other shows that they're starting up or they want me to apply for, but like half of them don't even really air. Right?
Yeah.
Another quarter of them I don't even want to be part of. Like it doesn't even sound like a show again I would watch, much less want to open my world, my life to it. And then there were some that was like, okay, that sounds pretty damn cool. I want to be on that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've watched Survivor, and there's been a lot of people. Well, there was a couple influencers, like YouTube influencers that were part of Survivor.
Yeah. that's not how I started originally applying for it, to be honest with you, because I've only been reselling for 8 years now, YouTube for 4. So before I was just a IT geek in a cubicle, and most of the people on that show have what I would call a non-corporate job, right?
Yeah.
Like a job where they either own it, they're the boss, or they're self-employed or contracted. Right. The majority of the people on that show. So
yeah.
You're getting bad mouth. Let me say hello to Susan here.
I see it.
American Arbitrage says poop. Dave's here. Trash to Cash is better than Let's Do Lunch. Oh geez. Watch The Circle. I can't help it. It's dumb, but I love it. And then this guy is asking,
why am I not in the calendar? Well, it's a stud calendar, Kevin. So.
There goes your enema, man. Oh,
have your people call my people. We'll make
Look at this. Also, why do Dave and Carrie have a wrench? You're dead to me. Oh my god.
You better get a wrench out there.
Because he's got 6,000 different channels.
That might not even be that might even be Kevin. That could be somebody else. That may not even be Kevin.
Well, we'll find out when they spam the chat. There you go, Kevin. You have 6,000 different channels there, Kevin. Let's see. Trash to Cash is very good. There we go.
Trash to Cash is very good.
The Let's Do Lunch copied Trash to Cash. Wow. This is getting intense. I used to watch MTV TV shows eons ago. Real World and Cribs. Cribs was my favorite, just seeing the insanity of what. Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to watch Real World. You could never say Real World.
Real World. I never watched. I mean, Cribs was cool for a couple of episodes, but it was Real World that was the best.
Yeah. I watched a few of them. I'll be honest. I think I watched the first season of Jersey Shore too, and then just because it was a pure train wreck. And
I think I watched a couple episodes of that, but
it was bad. Apparently, Kevin is
our stud.
Carrie says, "Kevin, you're too old to be on the."
Well, what's funny is I'm older than Kevin.
He's just switching accounts.
Yeah, he is.
How about this one?
What, are you gonna wrench them all?
Sure.
Get wrenches for everyone.
That one is a moderator already.
Oh, Dave. If that really is Dave, I'm sure it is. He's talking about Trash to Cash, but I was just watching World's Best Recipes, his other channel, with the chili, because Adam has been begging me to make chili because I made this chili like years ago, and he thought it was so like good. The greatest chili ever. Well, Dave made this chili with like this roast. He put this rub on it. He smoked it. I didn't finish watching it. I hate cooking so very much. I hate the messes it makes. I hate the smells it makes. But like Dave, like the way he films it, it's like so organized and clean. Like everything's like perfect. He makes it look like a joy to make. I know if I made it, it wouldn't be like that. But that chili, I want that chili. I don't know. I'm gonna have to break it down. There's just too many like seasonings. Like you need ancho and you need like another kind of like chipotle. Do we have all that stuff? I don't know.
When I like to experiment cook personally. I like to just, hey, what do you think about tossing this on the chicken this time? Okay, let's do it. Go for it.
Yeah, I do. I've made some of my best
guidance. I need guidance.
Some of my best stuff has come out of experimentation. Mm-hmm. The problem is like with the smoker though, like if you're smoking stuff, you don't want to experiment too much because you're 6 hours of your day is now lost.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's really
crappy.
Yeah. When you wonder why Trash to Cast is short this week, remember it was so that we could come fool around in your chat instead of recording a full-length episode. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I refuse to eat lunch now. If you want... Oh, by the way, did you see Junk Monkey's answer to you?
No.
They came to me, used to be well connected in the survival community. Doomsday Preppers alone both contacted me. So there you go.
Right. Oh yeah, you mentioned the Doomsday.
I am totally reaching out to you, Jump Monkey, and see if I can make some contacts for Survivor.
There you go.
Yeah, you need to be on that show.
Man,
that'd be so cool.
You look older with that hat.
Yeah, really?
We got everybody's other account in here. Homeschool Hustlers is here. Trash to Cash Forever. White chicken chili is my favorite. But see now it's
Watch
wondering-
Dave's chili video. Oh my god, it looks so freaking delicious.
I tried to cook Dave's chili and it tasted exactly like SpaghettiOs.
My wife makes a really good chicken chili too in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Chicken chili.
Yeah, white chicken chili. I think for me the ingredient that really makes it really cool is you can like dip it on Tostitos or something like that to eat it, but we use the hint of lime Tostitos, and
Ooh,
that just
yeah.
makes it so much better.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It
I
just-
love lime on chips like that.
Uh-oh, it's going to go
good.
down in here. We can smell the trash talking from miles away.
We got a couple of links here. We probably should,
Oh, look at
get rid of.
Yeah, join the Trash to Cash Patreon.
You got a Patreon?
Yeah, where have you been? Yeah, I'm the one that watches it. Adam's like, what are you watching in there? I'm like, I'm watching Trash to Cash.
Well, there's for those of you that want to check it out, Trash to Cash Patreon. I'm curious to know, did Kevin buy a calendar on each one of his channels or just one? Because he at least owes you for 3.
Yeah, no, Kevin, he did. He sponsored with the bronze sponsorship,
Yep.
and where we can put his logos on a certain month of his choice. We still got 6 of them available too. If anybody's interested in doing that, it's $100 sponsorship, also available on the website. So.
I'll put the link back in the chat for those of you that just joined us. This is what we was talking about, the studs of the reselling community calendar. All proceeds going to the Gary Sinise Foundation. So
Yep.
check that out. Join now. Yeah. We love eating lunch. $3 tier gets you access to the world's best Discord. Oh Lord. Way better than
I know.
that.
I was gonna join the Discord, but I don't know.
Remember, all the money goes to us,
I get distracted by
or
too
to
many
Kevin,
things.
and then Kevin gets
That's
to
the
distribute
problem.
it, right, Karen?
Yeah. Is that how it works? Is Kevin the money man? He's
I'm guessing. I don't know.
He's like, who in
Makes
Goodfellas
sense.
was the money guy? Was
It
that?
seems
He's,
like of the 3 of them, he seems like the most financially sound. To be honest,
he's like the
with you.
Robert De Niro of the crew. He's like the Robert De Niro of the crew, like in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Remember in Goodfellas when everyone was like, "Where's my money? Give me my money. I need my money." That's Kevin.
That's Kevin.
So yeah. Let's do lunch. Doesn't have a Patreon. I eat chili with Hawaiian bread or cornbread. Cornbread's the way to go.
Cornbread's good.
Hands down.
Never had it with wine bread though. Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean any sort of bread with chili. It's unfortunately though it is 60 degrees here right now. It was 78 degrees here yesterday. So chili and hot weather doesn't.
I know. That's another thing too. Plus, I just don't have time for all these culinary exploits.
We always eat chili at my sister's house for Halloween. And so we did last Monday. We had chili, and I was like, I think I just want to eat the hot dog because it just ain't chili weather, you know?
No, it has to be a little cold for chili. You can't have warm days in chili. We don't. It's going down in the chat here. The Trash to Cash podcast is also here. Which month is Carrie in the bikini?
You got to buy a calendar to find out.
Oh,
That's right. There you go. That wouldn't have been the answer I was about to give, but yours is much better for promoting the calendar. Yeah, chili and rice. There you go. You can't charge it. Oh boy. The Discord is not worth it unless you like Dave. We'll have to check it out. I'll check it out. I have a Discord account. Kevin needs the money to pay off the bubble wrap mafia.
Yeah. I love the American Bubble Boy, man. I'll be honest with you. I could see why anybody would use that because what gets me every time is the free shipping and it's here within 2 days.
yeah, it is super fast. We haven't really had to buy a lot of bubble wrap lately just because of the stuff we're selling now.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
I
don't
haven't
wrap
bought
those
from
baby
them for a
dolls in
while.
bubble wrap every time you sell it.
Nope. I just put them in a bag and then crumple up paper on top of it. Yeah.
Well, I sell a lot of VCRs or combo units or things like that. So
Yeah.
I use the 3. What is it?
the
3/4
medium
bubbles.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wrap it 3 times. So
those are good.
I use a lot.
We put them all. Most of them go in the shoebox,
Yeah.
the USPS shoebox. So they're snug in there to begin with, and then we just.
And this
put
little
paper on
guy
top.
doesn't need any padding. He
they're
has
not gonna
padding
break.
already.
Yeah.
They still haven't paid yet. Did someone on this live buy this? Pay up.
She's
I'm
gonna
waiting.
find
Waiting
you.
for the payment here.
We ain't no eBay layaway.
This chat has gone off the rails. Yes, it has. Everybody loves American Bubble Boys. I used to use dinosaur barbecue sauce. Forgot what flavor. They're talking about ribs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love me some ribs.
I
Oh,
do
we were going to
too.
talk about. We were going to when this subject came up. I was going to tell you my new favorite.
Oh yeah, your new
food.
favorite food.
Okay, so I do not like Wingstop wings at all. Do not go there for the wings.
There's none. There's none in this area.
The Wingstops. Okay.
Well, I'll give you some background before I just lay that on you, and then you wonder why later. Pittsburgh is. There's a lot of really good dive bars that have really, really amazing wings in Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh.
So there's tons of places like locally that will blow Wingstop out of the water.
Okay.
And they tried. They put one location in like the bar district in downtown Pittsburgh, and it failed miserably.
I could see why.
So they were
their
like,
wings are crap.
Forget it.
So they started putting chicken sandwiches on the menu, and basically it's just a chicken breast and dipped in whatever the original 12 sauces they have. But it's a pretty good chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it is. And of course, I like anything from the medium range to the mild range. I don't like the hot range personally,
can't do that.
but anything I've had there, their sandwich is great. So I would recommend trying their chicken sandwich. It says it's for a limited time, but I think it's just because they're not sure if it's going to stick around or be good or anything. But
yeah.
Why? What is the deal? I've never had Wingstop. So many people say it's not good. The wings are not good. How is this possible? It's called Wingstop. What's wrong with them? Are they like slimy or something? Are they not like crispy?
They are the smallest frozen wings you can find in the freezer section at Sam's, and totally overfried every single time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say
That
that,
is
and then I would also
crazy.
say that all of their sauces are average at best. Like they're okay, but you're not like they're not burning the world down with anything. The
they only
lemon
have
pepper
12
is not bad.
sauces?
It's something like 12 or 14.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot.
What is
Yeah,
that?
and see, she's a native Pittsburgher, so she knows like most of these places. There's like we have wings and we serve them this way, and here's the list of sauces, and you're like,
It's
wow,
like
this is
40
this is a lot of
sauces.
sauces. So, but yeah, it's.
I like those a lot too when you got like 40 sauces to choose from. And
Yeah.
you can pick like, I don't know, get 12 wings and half in this sauce and half in this sauce.
Yes,
I love that.
absolutely. Me too.
Yeah, we definitely they did not do well out here. So Wingstop is terrible apparently in West Virginia as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ed loves it. He's in the California, but California can't make a wing to save their life. I'm just saying that right now.
They probably don't know what real barbecue is.
They probably don't. What's up, Rachel? Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Rachel.
The Popeyes chicken sandwich is really, really good. Like,
Yeah, I've had that too.
Oh yeah, Adam loves
But
that.
the Popeyes drive-through line takes for flipping ever.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I remember the first time I had it. It was right after that news story broke about people getting in fights about it, and
Yeah.
like I ate one, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'd punch somebody for this. This is pretty good.
It's a chicken sandwich. I don't know that it can be that good.
And now with his newfound wrench, Kevin is sharing American Bubble Boy
Newfound
links.
wrench.
look at that. Okay, you can take that away now.
Immediately.
Ranch gone.
That's right. And now we got supplyhut.com from Carrie. This is good. Yeah, they overcook them. I heard this is where the cool kids are. You're right. That's
Yeah,
right.
it is.
That's right. Adam's on. Of course the cool kids are here.
Times two.
That's right. The LDL crew are all here. The Let's Do Lunch and the Trash for Cash, and there's a little bit of a fight going on right now, but let's battle rap.
Oh, you should battle rap. That would be hilarious. You actually should.
Lunch
Battle
is the
rap.
worst meal. That's deep, Dave.
It's probably my favorite meal because I don't eat a lot of breakfast. I hardly ever get breakfast. Lunch is more than likely going to be something from a restaurant or fast food for me. And then at home, we make dinner maybe 3 days out of the week. So
Yeah.
it's probably when
We
I'm gonna
make
get the
dinner
most
like one day a month.
I think lunch would be lunch is better when you're full-time reselling though, because lunch is typically our main meal now. Because we normally don't eat lunch till like 3:00, which is like an early dinner, and then we're starving around now, which probably after this we're gonna go get sandwiches. But
Yeah, we're actually like old people. We eat our dinner at like 3:30.
yeah.
And then you eat again right before bed.
Well, yeah,
which
which
is
is like
not-
You're
which is
terrible.
not good.
You're gonna get a
Yeah.
sandwich, right? Yeah. Just don't turn
Probably.
into a gremlin.
Yeah. Let's
Yes,
see.
don't feed me after midnight.
Commonwealth is fangirling over Sarah. Commonwealth does love the
Yeah, he's all the trash to cash is always supporting the Daily Cabbage. They're always talking about me. I love those guys.
Dinner rocks, lunch sucks. I'm a brunch kind of guy. We're gonna change our podcast name to Let's Do Brunch. In PG County, Maryland, someone got knifed over here over the chicken sandwich. The person in front of them got the last sandwich, and he said the guy cut him off to get in line. Wow, I didn't know someone got stabbed though.
I wouldn't put it past them. There were people going crazy over this chicken sandwiches. They say no, I won't say it. They mess with the Lord's chicken sandwich. You know, the whole timing of
the Chick-fil-A thing.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. So
yeah. All right, I've said this before, and I don't know if you've been in there, and I'm going to get blasted for this again because I said it before. It's not that good.
Yeah, it really
Chick-fil-A is not that good.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. Honestly,
I'm sorry, but
I really like it. I think it's one of the better chicken sandwiches. However, I think they've changed their recipe recently, in the past couple of months.
I'm just not waiting in those lines. It's crazy.
Oh shoot, man! I don't know about where you're from, but the lines in Columbus, they are. You can have 50 people in line. You will be served within minutes.
Yeah,
maybe it's probably like that here too, because they have those people.
They know me by name, unfortunately.
I mean, I think it's good. I just don't I don't see why it's that good. Like to the point where people are literally waiting in line for long periods of time to go get Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's good. It's just I don't know if it's that good.
Is it better than the other options for chicken sandwiches, though?
I would say the Popeyes chicken sandwich is better. I think it's better. I think it tastes better. Now, Chick-fil-A is more traditional than Popeyes.
Yeah.
Because Popeyes does a lot of the Louisiana stuff in their chicken. So I would say Chick-fil-A is a little bit more, kind of mainstream chicken sandwich, but there's no frills to it, and it still tastes great. But I don't know. I don't think
you can get Chick-fil-A sandwich in 3 or 4 different ways. You can get one chicken sandwich from Popeyes, and that's it.
No, you can get 2. They have spicy and not spicy.
It's the same sandwich.
The Brunch Bros is apparently going to be the new
and the old man.
And the old man. Yeah. Read about the stabbing. Yeah, it's a little crazy, and we got the battle rap starting here. Chick-fil-A can move customers quickly. It's always packed at ours, and okay, we don't go there often. I tried that chicken place twice, basic at best. Had it once, not going to go out of my way to get another one. I like Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is good. Have you ever had that?
They're bringing one to our area, aren't they?
If you pass one, it's not chicken sandwiches; they're chicken fingers, and that's all they do is chicken fingers and French
I've heard
fries.
of it, but we don't have one in our area. I had never been to Bojangles before, and I went to when I went to FlipCon. Evan introduced me to Bojangles blueberry. I can't even remember what they're called. They're basically blueberry cinnamon rolls.
Oh, really?
Amazing! That's
Wow.
all I wanted to eat. It was awesome.
I just love
Is
cinnamon rolls.
Is their chicken good?
I don't know. It was the blueberry rolls.
But they're a fried chicken place, right?
Yes, but it was for breakfast and
okay.
not lunch. And oh my god, those things were golden. They were they were awesome. Let's just say those alone could put Krispy Kreme out of business. Those were so good.
They had them in Myrtle Beach when we were in Myrtle Beach, and we didn't stop at one. But yeah, so getting back to Raising Cane's, though, if you ever do go to one, they're going to give you this little thing of sauce, and that sauce, I'm not kidding you, you could put it on your shoe and eat it, and it would taste fine. The sauce is key.
I don't think it would.
In a certain area?
I don't think it would taste fine.
No, they're kind of starting to expand. It seems like, because right now the closest one to us is in Ohio. Just over the border in Ohio, but there's 2 coming into the Pittsburgh area, and then there wasn't any in Nevada, and now all of a sudden they're starting to pop up in Vegas. There's a bunch in California, so they're nationwide, and they're a family-owned company. So they're kind of they're expanding like Chick-fil-A did, kind of key markets, and then they're going to go into other key markets and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw one nearby soon.
I'll hear. Yeah, I was about to say I'll keep my eye out for it.
But yeah, they're pretty good. This is the same county that where the past weekend a security guard at Giant confronted a woman blatantly stealing groceries, and she pulled a gun. Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh.
I can take my chance. It's a bit much.
I'm not laughing at the gun. I'm laughing at this comment. I'm laughing.
I was wondering why you were laughing. I could take my chance. I rapped so hard I destroyed my own underpants. Jeez.
I wasn't laughing at someone getting shot. I was laughing
Yeah.
at Dave's destructed underpants.
Your timing was just a little off there.
No, it was a bit off. Yeah. Bojangles is where it's at, apparently. What's up, Drew? It's another reseller stud that was in the calendar right here. My boyfriend and I did a chicken fingers taste test. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, KFC, Steak and Shake, and one other I can't remember. Popeyes won hands down.
Steak and Shake is crap. I can't stand that.
They closed all of them out here.
I didn't even know they had chicken fingers.
One day they were here. One day they were here, and like the next day, they're gone.
Yeah, I think their milkshakes is the only thing they should sell. To be honest with you, and those are just barely there.
Their burgers weren't terrible. The key to them, I think, to anything was it was cheap. It was really cheap.
Yeah.
My family likes their shoestring fries, but they always come to the table cold already.
Oh yeah,
because you can't keep those things warm.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Their chicken is good. I had Bojangles chicken for breakfast when I was in North Carolina for a conference. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Dave, no matter how you rap, it's not going to be a win. Double Strickland. That's right. Let's see. No one was allowed to battle until they hit the thumbs up. Yeah, exactly. You guys in here blowing up my chat and you didn't. Oh no, we got. What do we got? 30 some watching. 27 watching. 27 likes. Good enough. Do you know who has good chicken fingers? No? Are you going to tell us? Junk ain't lying. Yeah, please hit the like button. We'd appreciate it. All 20 of your accounts, everybody hit it.
Everyone you logged in from, go hit the like button.
So, let's see. I had something about Heat Beat and selling pictures of Carrie's feet, but I think it just tapped out because I'm too old for this.
Here's the flipper now. It's his third account.
He goes back and forth. He likes to. I think secretly he has multiple personality, or maybe it's Dave just controlling all of them. It could be
multiple personality disorder.
It could be any number of things. That's hilarious. Look at this. Junk Monkey says, "I challenge all the podcasters to a match or beat." The $10 super chat. Well,
Thanks.
Thank you, Junk Monkey. We have a little super chat thing. If you didn't know.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nothing more us than that, right?
That's right. Cabbage Patches.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, thank you, Junk Monkey, for the $10 super chat.
Yeah, really thank you.
Well, we've been at this for quite a while.
It's been fun, man.
Yeah, it has been fun.
I love talking with you guys.
Yeah, we love talking to you too.
Thanks.
It was I wanted to do what I could and with my tiny little channel, so I'm like, it's always fun talking to you and always have some cool conversations, so we might as well. Do you want to talk about it one more time before we get out of here while everybody's still here? And then
sure, absolutely. So drop the link one more time for me. The purpose of the calendar, Studs of the Reselling Community, is to raise money for the Gary Sinise Foundation. I just did a quick tally before the show started. Last year we raised just over $1,500. This year we've already raised over $2,200, and we're still going. It's not closed yet. But this, what is it? Saturday's the 15th? I can't remember exactly when it is. When's the 15th? So whenever the 15th hits, the next Tuesday, that's when we have to close the pre-orders. And that's because we have to get the orders in and hopefully printed and shipped out so you can have it by the first of the year. So don't wait. You can sponsor a day. You can sponsor a month. There's different options on the website for you to choose from. And I really appreciate you. All the profits go to the Gary Sinise Foundation, who support our veterans and first responders. For those of you who haven't, go buy a calendar. You can if you don't want to buy a calendar, you can donate. Sponsor a day, all kinds of stuff. So check out that link right there. Also, and check out Adam's channel. It's in the description down below. Cool YouTuber, lots of fun. We really appreciate you coming on. So, thank you. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We got like a boss. Put my money where my mouth is. Trash to cash is so lost they don't know which way south is. Thank you for the $10 super chat.
Hey, leave her alone. And the cats are fighting. Sorry, there's like cats growling over there.
And you get your rap battle. So, Thank you. We're gonna push it hard this week, Adam, and Adam. That's right.
Yep, got to.
That's why Adam's here. We're doing some promotion for this because I like I told you guys before. Veterans hold a special place with us too, so we're all up for it. I know.
Yeah,
we were talking about it earlier. You were like,
them.
you want to do this calendar? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Not even know. For all I know, you'd have been like, okay, well, you're gonna have to get professionally photographed. It's probably gonna cost you $200.
We're gonna paint your whole body, Adam.
That's right. You can put your logo on there somewhere if you want.
It's awesome though, and I appreciate you being part of it. Drew Strickland's in it too. We've got people asking. I've started a list for Carrie's in it. I've started a list for the next go around, y'all. So
right.
This won't be the last time you hear about it. Maybe we can make it an annual thing.
There you go. I hope so. Cool. Well, I'll plug a little bit of my own channel. This coming week, what do we got going on? Not a whole lot. We got live but coming back on Thursday. Tomorrow, me, Ed, and Jimmy will be back with our Monday night show. And then me and Sarah will be back here live on Thursday. And then another What Sold video coming out this Saturday. So that's about all. Yeah, lots of fun. Oh, and for those of you that watch the What Sold video, I didn't know it, but apparently YouTube just didn't feel like uploading the middle part of the video. So there's like a 3-minute window that's just nothing. And I don't know why. I can't tell you
is
why.
it just a blank screen?
I don't know how I did it.
Gosh.
I looked through the video before this, and it's all there in my editing program. So I guess it just didn't upload. So if you get to the middle of the video and it blacks out, just fast forward 3 minutes and you can keep watching.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was stupid. I have no idea what happened. So,
huh.
I don't know. It was kind of a cool little test though, because it was like at like 9.5 to 10, 12 minutes or something. And like everyone was the one guy that commented, he was like, just leave it there. See how many people notice it's there. I'm like, all right. And we were out, I was away from the house anyway, so I couldn't do anything about it. So,
Right.
But yeah. So
that's crazy.
That's about it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks.
Thank you again, Adam, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
We will see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sarah and I will see you Thursday.
Guys, don't forget to follow my Instagram if you haven't already.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good day, sir.